You ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels? Working harder and harder, but not really getting any closer to your big goals? Well, what if the secret to wealth isn't about more hustle at all? What if it's about a complete shift in how you think? Okay, let's get right into this because it's a powerful one. So here's the big, kind of crazy idea we're digging into. It's that success, wealth, all of it, it's 90% mindset and only 10% action. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds totally backwards, right? It goes against everything we're told about grinding and hard work. But just stick with me here, because getting this one little ratio right, well, it can change absolutely everything. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll get into the 90-10 rule itself. Then we'll look at the formula most of us are using without even realizing it. And after that, I'm going to show you how just flipping that formula around can unlock a state of flow that makes everything feel, well, a whole lot easier. All right, part one, the 90-10 rule of wealth. Let's really get into why so many of us feel stuck, pouring all our energy into the smallest piece of the puzzle. Think about it. The advice we always hear is hustle harder, right? Take massive action. So we put all our focus on doing more stuff, thinking more action automatically leads to more results. But that's just the 10%. It's exactly why so many people feel like they're on a treadmill, seeing their income creep up just a tiny bit each year. And this obsession with action, it comes from a formula, an unconscious recipe for success that almost all of us follow. Let's pull back the curtain and see what that actually looks like. Okay, so the standard playbook goes something like this. First, you do, right? You put in the hours, you take massive action. Then you hope you get to have the thing you want, the money, the job, you name it. And only then, way at the end of the line, after you have it, then you finally let yourself be that successful, happy person. I mean, it seems logical, but there is a massive fundamental flaw here. Just think for a second about the feeling behind that formula. When your starting point is do, where is that action really coming from? So often it comes from a feeling of lack. I don't have it, so I have to do all this work. And that just leads to struggle, to constant striving, and honestly, sometimes even desperation. And this just nails it. This is the whole problem in a nutshell. When your action comes from a place of scarcity, from a feeling of not enough, you're pumping that energy into everything you do. It is exhausting, it's a constant uphill battle, and it's the very thing that keeps people stuck. So, if that's the wrong way, what's the right way? Well, the solution is just beautiful in its simplicity. It's not about working harder or finding some new secret action. It's just about changing the order. Okay, so we figured out that starting with do is a recipe for struggle because it's born from lack. So where do we start instead? And here it is. This is the big aha moment. We just flip that formula completely on its head. Instead of do, have, be, the formula that actually works is be, do, have. You start by being the person you want to become. From that state of being, you then do what needs to be done. And then, almost like a natural side effect, you have what you wanted all along. Okay, so what in the world does it mean to be something before you actually have it? This is where that 90% mindset really kicks in and starts to do the heavy lifting. Being is all about creating success on the inside first. It's about actually embodying the feeling of the person who's already there, who's already achieved that goal. You feel it. You believe it. You literally adopt the identity and the rock-solid confidence of that future you, but you do it right now, in this moment. And you know what's amazing? When you start from this place of being, the actions you take completely change. You're not acting out of desperation anymore, you're acting from a place of deep confidence. The way you walk into a room is different. Your posture is different. People can feel your certainty when you speak. Their entire perception of you shifts because your internal world has already changed. And this is the absolute bottom line. The universe or life or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really give you what you want. It gives you who you are. Your outside world is just a mirror reflecting your internal state of being. You have to become that successful person on the inside first. Then the outside has no choice but to catch up. To wrap all this up, there's a fantastic metaphor that makes this whole idea super easy to remember and to actually use in your own life. That old do, have, be formula, that's like trying to row a boat upstream against the current. It's a constant grinding struggle, right? You're using all this force just to make a tiny bit of progress. But the be, do, have way, that's like turning the boat around and rowing downstream. You're working with the current. Everything just moves with this incredible sense of ease and flow. And really, this is what it's all about. When you shift your focus from that 10% action to the 90% mindset, when you start with B, success just stops feeling like a fight. It becomes this natural journey of flow where the right opportunities just seem to show up and things just click into place. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Take a real look at your goals, at your life. Are you fighting and struggling, trying to row upstream? Or are you ready to finally turn that boat around and let the current start carrying you forward?